Yeah, see, the rain clears off the block,
That's
and then the harassment from the cops the last 2-3 days, well, the last 2 days at least, got people kind of skittish. But you know, if they ain't out here, somebody pick up a phone and make a call.
It's good going out here. I'm glad they ain't out here.
What's that?
I said, I'm glad they ain't out here. Because I'm tired of walking outside for fresh air and breathing weed. And then if I go take a drug test, I'm pissing the contact. You know, I'm pissing positive. Because I got a contact high from smelling.
Oh, no. No, I'm glad they ain't out here either. There's two things that clear the street. The rain and the cops. But the cops got them. They ain't out here now because the cops been out here the last 2 days. And they don't know if they're going to show up or what. Plus it rains.
They think, some of them be thinking I'm a damn undercover cop. Be like, shit, what makes you think I'm a cop? Do I look like a cop? Am I wearing any cop paraphernalia?
No, because
you just look like a cop. I say, well, I'm ex-military. We had the same job, to protect and serve. Only mine was to eliminate and destroy.
There you go. That's why it's hard to take military personnel and make them civilian police. I mean, real rough military personnel. Because
I'm not a real rough military.
Well, I'm not talking about you.
I laugh because, you know, part of a job was to, you know, eliminate the threat.
Yeah. So you get battle-hardened veterans, and you really have to detune them for real because
it took me 10 years after coming out to like kind of be reprogrammed to civilian life, because I wasn't used to conflict. You know what I mean? I wasn't used to the woofing that they do. Because the woofing that they do, they sound like, you know, they're a threat, but they really not. It took me 10 years to actually realize that. These are civilians, they kids, they wayward kids, they badass kids. They pose a threat, but not really. You know what I mean? It's like they will bark, but it's no real bite to it. And it took me 10 years to actually realize that. Because I was the type when I first came out, if you woofed at me, I'd just take my gun out and shoot you in the head and keep it moving. You know what I mean? I mean, not in front of anybody. Nobody would see it, but I would, you know, stalk your ass, you come up missing. So it took me a long time to realize that they just talking shit. You know what I mean? I threw a dude off the balcony when I first got to prison. Dropped him off the balcony and jumped down straight in his chest.
Hold on, how long did you go to prison for?
I stayed in for like, it was damn near a year. About it wasn't but about 6 months. The first week I was there, I dropped the nigga off the top floor of the balcony.
Yeah, but shit, that should have extended your time right there.
It did, because the guy in the tower saw what happened. And who it was with was
they didn't care.
The guy that had killed the old lady with the hammer.
They didn't care.
You remember that?
No, but they didn't care.
It was a big thing in the news where this guy had beat an old lady with a hammer. It was a home invasion. He broke in her house and he beat her with a hammer.
You know what? That may have been years ago. Years ago.
It was some time. Yeah, Gerald.
You have a customer here. Come on.
Okay, I'll do that.
That may have been years ago. I mean, like, shit, a decade ago or some shit.
They had me in the, well, where they had me at was considered all, like, murderers, rapists, you know, killers.
Maximum security.
Yeah. People in the orange uniform.
They didn't care. That's what I say. If they didn't charge you with anything, they didn't care.
The thing is, okay, he got in a fight with another dude that was equally supposed to be as bad or whatever. But I was the only one that they had sleeping out on the floor. Everybody else they had in cells. So I was never in a real lockdown. So when him and this other dude got to fighting, they came out stepping on my bunk. When they stepped on my bunk, I just grabbed both of them and I pushed them off my bunk. But one dude, the white dude, I didn't like him anyway because he had a smart mouth. He was kind of prejudiced. And I did like this. I grabbed him by his shirt and his pants. Pulled right over the top tier.
Wait, he didn't die?
No, it just cracked his spine. He fell down. You know we got the picnic tables at the bottom that we eat at. He fell down on the picnic table, the metal picnic table. Boom! I jumped off the wheel. Boom! Dead in his chest. It came off the wheel, drilling him. So by the time the rest of them, the CERT team came in, I walked back upstairs. I was making up my bunk. The guy in the tower, you know, he looking at everything. So he laid out there, you know, leaking, bleeding, unconscious. So the guy in the tower, he said, Mr. Burnell, could you come downstairs, please? I come downstairs. 13 gathered around me, their little helmets and stuff. And then the lieutenant came in. They said, could you back away from this man? 13 backed up. He said, could you come outside and talk with me for a minute? I walked outside with him. He said, let me know what happened. I told him what happened. He said, okay, go upstairs and pack your stuff. They took me to isolation, gave me my own room. He said, that way you ain't got to worry about nobody coming on your bunk no more, because we can't have you throwing people off the rail. And that was all that was said.
They didn't care. That's what I told you. They didn't care.
And from then on, they started calling me Sergeant Slaughter.
They didn't care. They didn't care.